Hey, so I'm at home super excited healing my brand new tattoo sleeve. This is something I've wanted since I was in elementary school, was a flower tattoo sleeve, full color, no color breaks, or no skin breaks. And I finally got it started. I'm now in my 30s. I had flown to California, stayed at a hotel for 4 nights, and did 3 back-to-back days of tattooing, which I did not know if I was going to be able to handle, which I did. And I'm super proud of myself for being able to tough it out. A lot tougher than I think I am, but we still have a long way to go. This is just going to be one trip of many. But I'm super excited about where we're at with the progress. We got all of the line work done on the first day and second day it took to complete. We started the background towards the end of the second day and a little bit more on the third day. By the third day, the pain was pretty brutal. This section was just unbearable, and I did tell the artist that I'd like to hold off kind of in the armpit area, did not want to sign up for any more pain, and also to hold off on the shoulder area just because I figured it'd be a little bit easier for healing. But aside from that, we got so much done in 3 days, all the design work. It was just such a wonderful experience collaborating with this artist. We definitely vibed, and my vision really matched his style of tattooing. So far it's been going sweet. And I mean, just the background alone is just so stunning. Couldn't be happier with it and just very eager to get it all done. We're probably on the third day now and it's starting to peel in some spots, so I'll probably be switching to lotion. So I'm just kind of documenting the process of getting this done. It's gonna take a lot of trips. But some of the products I'm using, I'm kind of using a combination of what was given to me by the artist as well as stuff that's worked for me in the past. I do believe you should listen to your artist, and not necessarily go rogue, but there are some things that just work for my skin and have in the past. And I did have a bad experience getting a tattoo infection with my last tattoo. It's hard to say what caused it, but I did explore some different methods and advice from a different artist. I don't blame them. It could have just been, I was just unlucky. But I'm a little low-key traumatized from that. And there's a couple things that I think I'm just gonna do differently. And kind of go back to like some of the old stuff I was doing prior to getting this tattoo. But what I'm using to clean is, this one's very popular, always recommended. I don't necessarily know why it's recommended because it's definitely not fragrance free. The Dial Gold is something my very first tattoo artist recommended, and I got this tattoo when I was 18 years old. And it's worked great for the other tattoos that I've used it for. It is pretty aggressive in the sense that it really dries out the skin. It's just something I've noticed, but I definitely feel good about using this just because I have dogs. I definitely came home to a very dirty home. I was like, oh my God. It definitely was like a bachelor pad in here. So there's a lot of filth, and I've been doing some cleaning the last couple days, making it a little bit more comfortable and livable and less gross. But I do live with a grody boyfriend and grody animals, love them, but it is what it is. So I do feel a little bit better with this antibacterial soap that I've used in the past. I've been alternating with that Dial soap as well as just like the Curel body wash. And this is just my daily body wash that I always use. It's designed for dry skin. It's super nice and mild. That being said, I don't feel like it's killing off bacteria. So I've just been alternating throughout the day using this guy and then sometimes using the Dial soap, just to cover all the ends. My tattoo artist introduced me to Inkies. This is what he sent me home with. I'm pretty sure he's sponsored by them, and so this is just the stuff he was using while he was tattooing me. He sent me home with 2 of these little packets, and a little goes a long way. I did like this product. I basically got 3 uses out of this. I just put it in a Ziploc bag until my next use, but I got 3 uses out of this for my entire arm. So I was able to saturate my whole arm and then afterwards just dab the excess with a paper towel. And so far it's been pretty great. He also sent me home with the Inkies vegan. We weren't sure if this was gonna make it past TSA, but I was able to sneak it by. I did transfer a lot of it to just kind of little travel containers. I went to like a Target just so I was able to like sneak some of this home, but I was able to take it all home. So shame on you, TSA, but I'm glad that they were slacking. So this stuff I actually like a little bit more than the green, just because it seems like it's a little bit smoother and like lighter. This feels like it goes on a little bit thicker and kind of remains with like a thick shine afterwards. Even after dabbing, it just seems like this stays on really shiny. This seems like to absorb into the skin really nicely and just goes on smoother. And it could have just been my imagination because, you know, I used this the very first day with 3 applications, or first day and a half, and my skin was more sore, more raw. So it could have just felt like not as smooth of a process versus I started using this like towards the end of the 2nd and 3rd day. We're on the 3rd day now of healing, and I really like how this stuff goes on, and so far so good. That's a new product for me. Back in the day, I'd use Aquifer because that's what my tattoo artist recommended. I have explored Saniderm because that's what my tattoo artist has sent me home with. And the most recent one was a Saniderm and Tattoo Goo. And personally, I have PTSD with Tattoo Goo and Saniderm after that experience. There's nothing to say that that specifically caused it, but I don't know. I'm gonna have a hard time getting over it, really. But since we're starting to peel, I'm probably gonna switch to just the Curel lotion. Once again, shout out to my very first tattoo artist who did this piece here. She did recommend this, you know, in addition to Aquifer. I've since graduated from Aquifer because no tattoo artist has been recommending it, so I'm just kind of moving along with the times. But I love this lotion. I have it on audit shipment, which this one's unopened. This is like my go-to like lotion, and I live in Colorado, it's dry here, and this helps my skin so much. So I'll probably be switching to this tomorrow just because I started very light peeling happening on the tattoo, but probably one more day of the Inkies vegan, and then maybe just saving this for future, assuming it doesn't expire anytime soon. But yeah, this is where we're at so far, and I am so stoked. I'm super nervous about working this area, but it's just been a really great experience so far. Yeah, wish me luck. I am really hopeful that this does not get infected. I'm doing everything in my power to try to keep the environment cleaned, you know, my bedding and sheets, all that stuff. I've been using towels just to create a barrier on like a rocking chair at home, just because the animal fur gets everywhere. I love them. They are allowed on the furniture, but I have not been allowing them on the furniture since coming back home. My boyfriend, on the other hand, has been. So there is that. So I've been using those towels, switching out between paper towels. I have been propping up my arm the first couple days just to help with some of that swelling that I was having. And that's my doggy in the background scratching at his bed. But I do feel like that really did help with the swelling, is elevating my arm. So I did have some swelling in my wrist and my hand after, you know, coming home from the airport. My flight got delayed. That extra time at the airport kind of sucked. Airport was super nice. Ontario, you know, the not LAX airport was really nice, but it just kind of sucked to have to be there longer. And so I think just being there caused a little bit more swelling on my wrist and hand I started to see. But once I got home, rested up, that swelling has calmed down. There's still quite amount of swelling on my elbow area and kind of just throughout my arm in general, but it's starting to calm down. Things are starting to look good. So fingers crossed it's a smooth healing process, and then I'm super eager to get the next session booked. It's gonna be a long, expensive journey, but yeah, like I said, I've been saving up and dreaming of this tattoo since I was in elementary school. So here we are.